Good afternoon. I'm Tommy McKenna of Gabelli Funds, and with recent developments in Ukraine involving the Russian military action, the gold industry has seen significant movement across the board. Joining us today are Chris Mancini and Ceasar Bryan of Gabelli Funds to tell us about recent developments and what we can expect in the future. Now, here's my colleague, Katie Jones, who will be asking Ceasar and Chris our questions today.
Thank you, Tommy. Ceasar, can you talk about the gold price over the past 2 years?
Thank you. Yes, actually, gold had been moving up prior to the COVID crisis, but it accelerated its move following the interventions that were made when COVID hit, and actually peaked in August 2020 at over $2,050 per ounce. Since then, gold has really been trading either side of $1,800 per ounce. Now it's $1,900. We invest in gold equities, and actually gold equities are 15% lower than what they were when gold was last trading at $1,900 an ounce, which was May last year.
Thank you. Thank you, Ceasar. How have the geopolitical tensions surrounding Russia and Ukraine impacted the price of gold recently?
Yes, well, it's had an upward impact on the gold price. Gold price has moved higher since the crisis began. And that really is reflecting higher oil and commodity prices. Funnily enough, the dollar hasn't really moved much. Now, in recent history, gold rallies based on geopolitical tensions have tended to be short-lived and then reversed. But maybe things are different this time. We'll have to wait and see. However, should Europeans become more fearful, then we expect to see them move some of their savings from the banking system into gold. I note that the gold ETF has added 2.5 million ounces to 100 million ounces since the start of the year. However, we tend to believe that monetary policy has a far greater influence on the gold price, and what we're looking for is the Fed's success or otherwise in controlling inflation through tighter monetary policy without triggering either a recession or a financial crisis.
Thank you, Ceasar. Chris, have the geopolitical tensions affected gold miners, and how is this affecting how you analyze businesses?
Thanks, Katie. Broadly speaking, we have very limited exposure directly to any Russian mines in the portfolio, essentially non-existent. But what's interesting is how Russia's actions now are affecting the broader geopolitical environment. For example, what we saw recently in Mali, where we do have investments in a few gold mines, is that the Malian government has decided to essentially eject the French army from Mali, who had been or is in Mali now helping to fight terrorists, and essentially is replacing the French army with a Russian paramilitary group called the Wagner Group. So it seems like Russia is trying to expand its general circle of influence, and the question is, how will that affect the companies, Canadian or American companies, that are mining in Mali specifically, or other parts of West Africa. So these are the details that we have to look at and analyze more specifically in terms of what these Russian events, how they might actually affect holdings in the fund.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks to Ceasar and the gold team for his 30 years at the helm of the Gabelli Gold Fund and 4 decades of focus on mining companies. Investors should carefully consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the fund before investing. The prospectus, which contains more complete information about these and other matters, should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, please call 800-GABELLI or visit www.gabelli.com. Returns represent past performance and do not guarantee future results. Due to market volatility, current performance may be lower or higher than the performance data quoted. Investment return and principal value will fluctuate, so upon redemption, shares may be worth more or less than their original cost. To obtain the most recent month-end performance information, and prospectus, please call 800-GABELLI or visit www.gabelli.com. Investments related to gold and other precious metals and minerals are considered speculative and are affected by a variety of worldwide economic, financial, and political factors. Investing in foreign securities involves risks not ordinarily associated with investment in domestic issues. Funds concentrating in specific sectors may experience greater fluctuation in value than funds that are more diversified. The Gabelli mutual funds are distributed by G. Distributors, LLC, a registered broker-dealer and member of FINRA.